You think your apartment's fancy? Wait till you see these insane NYC penthouses. We're talking places that make regular mansions look like cardboard boxes. From a $98 million pad with more bathrooms than your whole block to a penthouse that's basically its own private observatory. These cribs are next level. And we're counting down the top 10 most ridiculous ones. 10. 1 Sutton Place South. $45 million. Alright, let's kick things off with a penthouse that's got more stories than your favorite Netflix series. We're talking about 1 Sutton Place South, and this place is straight up crazy. It's like someone took a mansion, slapped some wings on it and said, yeah, let's make this fly. And fly it does, right to the top of our list at number 10. Now this ain't just any old penthouse. This place used to be home to some serious VIPs. We're talking Janet Annenberg Hooker and CJ Guest. If you don't know those names, just know they're the kind of people who probably have butlers for their butlers. But let's talk about the space, because that's where things get wild. Inside, you've got 5,000 square feet of pure luxury. That's bigger than most people's entire houses. But here's the kicker, the terrace is even bigger. We're talking 6,000 square feet of outdoor space that wraps around the whole penthouse. It's like having your own private park in the sky. You could throw a party for your whole block up there and still have room for a game of touch football. Now let's step inside. The place is split into 2 wings, and it's not just for show. One wing is for everyday living, you know, where you chill and stuff. The other wing, that's for when you want to get fancy. It's like having a built-in party venue. No need to rent out a space when you've got a whole wing dedicated to entertaining. But here's where it gets really bougie. You don't just walk into this penthouse like some commoner. Nah, you've got your own private elevator. It's like having a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, except instead of chocolate, you're surrounded by luxury. And when those elevator doors open, bam! You're hit with a powder room that's more like an art gallery. Some artist named Leo Villarreal went all out on this room. It's not just a place to powder your nose, it's like stepping into a sci-fi movie. Imagine trying to find the soap dispenser in a room that looks like it's from the year 3000. Now you might be thinking this place sounds insane, but hold on to your hats because we're just getting started. This $45 million pad is just the warm-up act. We've got places coming up that'll make this look like a studio apartment. You see, in the world of NYC penthouses, $45 million is like the price of admission. It's like buying a ticket to the most exclusive club in the world. But instead of a stamp on your hand, you get a key to a place that's bigger than most hotels. And let's not forget about the views. When you're this high up in NYC, you're not just looking at the city, you're looking down on it. It's like being on top of the world, but with room service. You can see Central Park, the East River, and probably your neighbor's penthouse that didn't make this list. But here's the thing about 1 Sutton Place South. It's not just about the size or the fancy features. It's about the history. This place has seen more drama than a season of Real Housewives. The walls of this penthouse could probably write a best-selling tell-all book if they could talk. 9. 995 Fifth Avenue, $50 million. Alright, let's talk about 995 Fifth Avenue. This place ain't just a penthouse. It's like Mother Nature decided to move to the 50th floor and bring the whole garden with her. We're talking about a $50 million slice of paradise that's going to make you forget you're in the concrete jungle of New York City. First off, this spot's got almost 7,000 square feet inside, but that's not even the crazy part. The real flex is the 5 wraparound terraces. Yeah, you heard that right, 5. And these ain't just any terraces. They were designed by some dude named Madison Cox, who's basically the Picasso of landscape architecture. This guy turned the outside into something that'll make you feel like you're chilling in a Zen garden, but with a view that'll knock your socks off. Now let's talk about these terraces for a sec. They're not just slapped on there for show. Nah, Cox planned these bad boys to be like your own personal oasis in the sky. He's got all kinds of plants up there, making it feel like you're living in a treehouse, but way fancier. And the views? Forget about it. You're looking straight at Central Park like it's your own backyard. But don't think the inside is any less impressive. Every single room in this place has got its own marble bathroom, you heard me. Every single room. It's like they took the idea of ensuite and said, hold my champagne. You could probably spend a week in there and use a different bathroom every day. Talk about luxury, right? Now let's chat about the kitchen for a sec. This ain't your average cooking space. Nah, they've taken it to a whole new level. Literally. They've got a vegetable garden right there on the terrace. Can you imagine that? You're whipping up some pasta sauce and you just step outside to grab some fresh tomatoes. And it gets better. There's a grill out there too. so you can be flipping burgers while looking down at all the tiny people below. It's like having a backyard barbecue, but 50 floors up in the air. But here's where it gets really nuts. The building itself is like a 5-star hotel that you get to live in. They've got a state-of-the-art gym that'll make your local fitness center look like a high school weight room. And a spa? You bet. You can get a massage without even leaving your building. But the real kicker is the white glove service. You know those fancy hotels where the staff treats you like royalty? That's your everyday life here. Living at 995 Fifth Avenue is like being on a permanent vacation. You wake up, work out in a gym that's probably nicer than the one the Kardashians use, then maybe hit the spa for a quick facial. After that, you could pick some veggies from your sky-high garden, grill them up, and enjoy dinner while watching the sun set over Central Park. And if you need anything at all, there's someone there to take care of it for you. This place is the definition of living large. It's got the views, the space, the luxury, and the service all rolled into one. But you know what's crazy? As insane as this penthouse is, it's just number 9 on our list. Can you even imagine what the next one's gonna be like? 8. 35 Hudson Yards, $54.50 million. All right, folks, we're about to take it to a whole new level. We're talking about 35 Hudson Yards, and let me tell you, this place is insane. It's like they took a palace and stuck it in the sky. We're not just talking high up, we're talking 90th floor high. That's so high up, you might need oxygen tanks just to visit. Now let's talk about space. This penthouse ain't messing around. It's got 10,171 square feet of pure luxury. That's bigger than most people's entire houses. But here's the kicker. The great room alone is over 1,000 square feet. That's right. One room in this place is bigger than most apartments in NYC. You could throw a party in there and still have room for a dance floor. But the real star of the show, the views. Man, the views from this place are something else. You know how some places say they've got a view of the Statue of Liberty? Well, in this penthouse, Lady Liberty might as well be chilling in your living room. That's how close and clear the view is. And it's not just the Statue of Liberty. You can see the Freedom Tower and Central Park too. It's like having the whole of New York City as your personal screensaver. Now let's talk about the dining room, because this ain't your average dining room. It's got its own private terrace. We're talking 454 square feet of outdoor space. Just imagine having dinner while looking down at the entire city. It's like you're the king of New York looking down at your kingdom. And the main bedroom? Oh boy, it's got views all the way to the George Washington Bridge. You could wake up every morning feeling like you're on top of the world, because, well, you pretty much are. But it ain't just about the views. This place is decked out with all the fancy stuff you'd expect. The kitchen's got marble everywhere, counters, backsplash, you name it. It's like they couldn't decide where to put the marble, so they just said, let's put it everywhere. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what about when I want to leave my sky-high palace? Well, don't worry, because 35 Hudson Yards has got you covered. The building's got some crazy amenities. There's a full-length heated indoor lap pool, so you can swim laps while looking out over the city. There's a state-of-the-art gym too, so you can work out without having to mix with the commoners down on the ground. But here's something that really shows how fancy this place is. They've got a spa with a shoe-shining station. Yeah, you heard that right, a shoe-shining station. Because when you're living this high up, you gotta make sure your shoes are as shiny as the views. And check this out. The penthouse has got this unique spiral staircase made of white Macorba stone. It's like they took a regular staircase and said, nah, that's not fancy enough. Let's make it spiral and out of some super expensive stone. Oh, and don't worry about privacy. Even though you're basically living in a glass box in the sky, the building's got this reflective glass design. So you can see out, but nobody can see in. It's like having a one-way mirror wrapped around your entire home. 7. 53 West 53. $64.73 million. All right, let's talk about 53 West 53. This place is straight up wild, and it's got a connection to art that'll blow your mind. We're not just talking about some fancy paintings on the wall. This whole building is basically an extension of the Museum of Modern Art. Yeah, you heard that right. Living here is like having your own private art gallery, but with views that'll make even the Mona Lisa jealous. So picture this. You're chilling in your penthouse, spread out over 2 entire floors. We're talking 7,455 square feet of pure luxury. That's bigger than most people's entire houses, and it's all yours. But the real kicker? The views. Man, the views from this place are insane. You've got 360 degrees of New York City laid out in front of you like your own personal playground. From up here, you can see Central Park looking like a giant green carpet. The Hudson River and East River are both in view, wrapping around Manhattan like shiny ribbons. And the skyline? It's all there. Every iconic building, every twinkling light. It's like someone took the best postcard of NYC and made it your everyday view. Now let's talk about the bedroom. The main bedroom in this place is next level. The bathroom, it's decked out in this fancy marble called Noir Saint Laurent. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds expensive as hell. You know it's gonna look good when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. But here's where it gets really bougie. This penthouse has its own private elevator. Yeah, you read that right. No sharing with the neighbors, no awkward small talk. Just you, shooting up to your palace in the sky whenever you feel like it. And now remember how I said this place was connected to the Museum of Modern Art? Well, that connection goes way beyond just being neighbors. When you live here, you get unlimited access to MoMA. Feeling bored on a Tuesday afternoon? Just hop in your private elevator, head downstairs and check out some Picassos or Van Goghs. It's like having the world's best art collection as your personal playground. But it's not just about the art inside. The building itself is a work of art. It was designed by this dude named Jean Nouvel, and he went all out. The whole thing has this crazy crystalline structure that makes it look like a giant glittering jewel rising up from the streets of New York. It's got this neo-Art Deco style that'll make you feel like you're living in some futuristic version of The Great Gatsby. And because living in a literal work of art isn't enough, they had to go and add a bunch of other fancy stuff too. The building's got a fitness center that'll make your local gym look like a high school weight room. There's a library for when you want to feel all sophisticated, and a children's playroom for the kiddos, or for you, no judgment. But here's the real flex. The building has its own private restaurant. Yeah, you don't even have to leave your building to get a 5-star meal. It's like having your own personal chef, but better because you don't have to do the dishes. All this luxury doesn't come cheap though. This sky-high palace will set you back a cool $64.73 million. But hey, for that price, you're not just buying an apartment. You're buying a lifestyle, a piece of art history, and views that'll make your Instagram followers weep with jealousy. 6. 111 West 57th Street, $66 million. You thought $64.73 million was steep. Well, wait till you hear about 111 West 57th Street. This place is taking luxury to new heights, literally. We're talking about one of the skinniest skyscrapers in the world, standing at a mind-blowing 1,428 feet tall. It's like someone took a regular building and stretched it out like a piece of gum. But the real star of the show is the triplex penthouse. Yeah, you heard that right. 3 whole floors of pure opulence. This place is so fancy it's got its own private terrace that's bigger than most people's entire apartments. Imagine having a party up there. You could invite everyone you know and still have room for a dance floor. Now let's talk about those views. From this penthouse you can see Central Park to the north and the Statue of Liberty to the south. It's like having the whole city laid out at your feet. And get this, the building's got a glass and terracotta facade that shimmers as the light changes throughout the day. It's like living in a giant piece of jewelry. But it ain't just about the views. The inside of this place is decked out with custom finishes designed by Studio Sofield. These guys are known for their attention to detail and love of luxurious materials. We're talking about the kind of place where even the doorknobs probably cost more than your car. Now you might be thinking, sure, it's fancy, but what about amenities? Well, hold on to your hats, because this place has got it all. There's an 82-foot 2-lane swimming pool in the building. That's longer than some Olympic pools. And if swimming ain't your thing, how about relaxing in the sauna or getting pampered in one of the treatment rooms? But wait, there's more. The building's also got a fitness center that'll make your local gym look like a high school weight room. And for all you foodies out there, there's a private dining room with a chef's catering kitchen. It's like having your own restaurant right in your building. Now you might be wondering how they managed to build something so tall and skinny without it toppling over in a strong breeze. Well, turns out it wasn't easy. The building's unique, slender design posed some serious engineering challenges. They had to come up with some pretty clever solutions to make sure this skinny giant could stand up to whatever Mother Nature throws at it. But all this luxury and engineering marvel comes at a price. This sky-high palace will set you back a cool $66 million. That's right, $66 million for a place to hang your hat. But hey, for that price, you're not just buying an apartment. You're buying a lifestyle, a piece of architectural history, and views that'll make your Instagram followers weep with jealousy. 5. 432 Park Avenue PH #82, $79 million. Ever wonder what it's like to have your own private restaurant and celebrity trainer? The next spot on our list ain't just an apartment, it's basically a whole luxury resort crammed into one building, and that's just the start of what makes this place insane. We're talking about 432 Park Avenue PH #82. This bad boy used to be the tallest residential building in the world. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not just tall, it's massive too. We're looking at 8,054 square feet of pure luxury, way up on the 82nd floor. That's higher than most birds fly. Now you might think, okay, it's big, but what's inside? Well, let me tell you, it's got everything you could ever want and then some. 5 bedrooms? Check. But that's nothing special for a place this size. The real kicker is the bathrooms. This place has got 2 master bathrooms, 4 guest bathrooms, and 2 powder rooms. That's 8 bathrooms total. You could throw a party and everyone gets their own throne. No more waiting in line, folks. But wait, there's more. The great room in this place is something else. It's a whopping 1,000 square feet sitting pretty on the southwest corner of the floor. And the views? Oh man, the views. You can see the whole city from up there. It's like you're floating above New York in your own private cloud. Now let's talk about the extras. Because this place ain't just about the apartment itself. The whole building is packed with amenities that'll make your head spin. First off, there's a private restaurant. Yeah, you heard that right. A whole restaurant just for the people living in the building. No need to make reservations or deal with crowds. Just head downstairs and boom, 5-star dining at your fingertips. But maybe you're worried about all that fancy food going to your waistline. No problem. The building's got a fitness center on the 14th floor that'll put your local gym to shame. And get this, they've got a celebrity trainer on staff. That's right, you could be working out next to someone who trains Hollywood stars. Talk about motivation. And if lifting weights ain't your thing, how about a swim? 2 floors up from the penthouse, there's a 75-foot swimming pool. That's longer than some Olympic pools. Plus, there's a jacuzzi right next to it. Perfect for relaxing after a long day of, well, being filthy rich, I guess. But wait, there's even more. This place has got 2 offices and 2 dressing rooms. That's right, 2 of each. One for you, one for your partner, or maybe one for work and one for play. Either way, you've got options. Now you might be wondering who lives in a place like this. Well, let me tell you, it attracts some serious high rollers. Saudi billionaire Fawaz Al-Hokair bought this penthouse for a cool $87.7 million. But here's the kicker. He never even lived there. Imagine being so rich you can drop that kind of cash on a place and not even use it. That's next level, folks. And if you're worried about the decor, don't be. This place comes fully loaded with designer furniture from Fendi, Bentley, and Hermes. Yeah, the same Hermes that makes those fancy scarves and bags. And the floors, herringbone white oak, fancy stuff. 4 Woolworth Tower Residences, $79 million. Forget custom furniture. How about designing an entire penthouse from scratch? Our next spot ain't just a home, it's a piece of New York history you can mold to your wildest dreams. We're talking about the Woolworth Tower Residences, and trust me, this place is going to make your jaw drop. So picture this. You're living in the actual Woolworth building. Yeah, that iconic skyscraper from your history books. But you're not just anywhere in the building, you're at the very top in a spot they call the Pinnacle. And let me tell you, it lives up to the name. This penthouse is spread across 5 whole floors. 5. That's 9,680 square feet of pure luxury. But here's the kicker, it's a white box. That means you get to design the whole thing yourself. It's like the ultimate blank canvas, except this canvas is worth a cool $79 million. Now you might be thinking, why would I want an empty penthouse? But that's the beauty of it. You get to create your dream home from the ground up in one of the most famous buildings in New York. Want a home theater that takes up an entire floor? Go for it. A private art gallery? Why not? A bedroom with a 360-degree view of the city? It's all yours. And speaking of views, they're insane from up there. You can see the whole city spread out below you. It's like having New York as your personal playground. But the Woolworth Tower Residences ain't just about the penthouse. The whole building is packed with crazy amenities. There's a 50-foot swimming pool that'll make you feel like you're in a luxury resort. And if that's not enough, there's also a hot tub and a sauna. Imagine coming home after a long day and just soaking in that hot tub while looking out over the city. For all you wine lovers out there, get this. There's a wine tasting room in the building. You can impress your friends with your fancy wine knowledge without even leaving home. And if you're more into working out, there's a gym that'll make your local fitness center look like a high school weight room. But here's the thing that really sets this place apart. Its history. The Woolworth building was completed way back in 1913. It was originally an office building, and it's famous for its neo-Gothic architecture. That green crown you see on top, that's where you'd be living. They don't make buildings like this anymore. Now, living in a piece of history comes with its own challenges. You can't just start knocking down walls willy-nilly. There are preservation standards to think about. But that's part of what makes it so special. You're not just buying a home, you're becoming part of New York's story. And get this, the building has a cylindrical layout. That means you get to play with some really unique design possibilities. Curved walls, circular rooms, the options are endless. It's like living in a work of art that you get to finish yourself. 3. 172 Madison Avenue, $98 million. Alright, let's talk about 172 Madison Avenue, because this place is straight up insane. We're not just talking about a penthouse here, we're talking about a whole private city in the sky. This spot is so big you might need a map to find your way around. First off, let's talk about size. This place is 18,815 square feet. That's not a typo. It's bigger than some museums. You could fit a whole art gallery in there and still have room for a basketball court. And speaking of rooms, it's got 11 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms. That's more bathrooms than some hotels have. You could have a different bathroom for every day of the week and still have extras for guests. But here's the real kicker, the outdoor space. We're talking over 3,500 square feet of terraces. That's like having a backyard bigger than most houses, but it's in the sky. You could throw a party for 100 people up there and still have room for a dance floor. Heck, you could probably fit a small farm up there if you wanted to grow your own veggies. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The inside of this place, it's a blank slate. Yeah, you heard that right. It's what they call a white box. That means you get to design the whole thing yourself. Imagine having a $98 million empty canvas to work with. You want a room just for your shoe collection? Done. A home theater that puts IMAX to shame? Go for it. An indoor waterfall? Why not? The possibilities are endless. But let's talk about the building itself for a sec. This ain't just any old apartment block. The team behind 172 Madison Avenue is the same crew that did 240 Park Avenue South. That means you're getting top-notch quality all the way. And the amenities? They're off the charts. There's a health club in the building. Not just a gym, a whole health club. So you can work out, do some yoga, maybe get a massage, all without leaving your building. Got a furry friend? No problem. There's a pet spa in the building. Yeah, a spa for pets. Your dog can get better treatment than most people do. And if you've got kids, they're covered too. There's a children's playroom in the building, so while you're chilling on your massive terrace, the kids can be having their own fun downstairs. It's like having a whole luxury resort to yourself. But here's the thing about designing a place this big. It ain't easy. Creating a cohesive look when you've got this much space is a challenge. But that's part of the fun, right? You could have different themes for different areas. Maybe a modern minimalist living room, a cozy rustic kitchen, and a bedroom that feels like a luxury hotel suite. The sky's the limit. And let's not forget about the views. When you're this high up in New York City, you're gonna see some sights. Imagine waking up every morning to a panoramic view of the Big Apple. You could watch the sun rise over the East River and set over the Hudson, all from the comfort of your own home. Now, $98 million might sound like a lot, and yeah, it is. But when you think about what you're getting, it starts to make sense. This ain't just a home, it's a whole lifestyle. It's like having your own private slice of New York City, high above the hustle and bustle of the streets below. 2, 432 Park Avenue, $169 million. Alright, let's talk about this insane penthouse at 432 Park Avenue. We're not just on any floor, we're talking about the 96th floor. That's so high up you might need binoculars to see the ground. This place is massive, with 8,255 square feet of pure luxury. It's got 6 bedrooms, which is already crazy, but get this, it's got 7 bathrooms. Yeah, you heard that right. More bathrooms than bedrooms. I guess when you're that rich, you never want to wait in line to use the bathroom. But here's where it gets really wild. This penthouse comes fully furnished, and we're not talking about some IKEA stuff. Nah, we're talking designer furniture from Fendi, Bentley, and Hermes. It's like they took a luxury car showroom, a high-end fashion store, and a 5-star hotel and mashed them all together. The views from this place are insane. You can see the entire Manhattan skyline from every single room. We're talking about iconic landmarks like the Empire State Building and One World Trade Center. It's like having your own personal New York City postcard, but in real life. Now here's the kicker. The guy who bought this place? He's a Saudi billionaire named Fawaz Al-Hokair. But here's the crazy part. He never even lived in it. That's right, he dropped $87.7 million on this place back in 2016, and now he's selling it for almost double. Talk about a wild investment strategy. But let's talk about some of the custom features in this place. They've got these herringbone white oak floors that probably cost more than most people's entire houses. And the windows? They're not just windows, they're floor-to-ceiling glass walls that make you feel like you're floating above the city. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what about privacy? Well, when you're this high up, privacy ain't really an issue. You're so far above everyone else, you could probably walk around naked and nobody would even notice. Not that we're suggesting that, but hey, when you're paying this much, you can do whatever you want. But let's be real, this place isn't just about the views and the fancy furniture. It's about the lifestyle. It's about being able to say, yeah, I live in the sky. It's about having a place that's so exclusive, so over the top that it makes other millionaires jealous. And let's not forget about the building itself. 432 Park Avenue is like a vertical country club. They've got a private restaurant just for residents. Can you imagine? You don't even have to leave your building to go to a fancy dinner. And if you're feeling guilty about all that fancy food, don't worry. They've got a fitness center on the 14th floor with a celebrity trainer on staff. You can work out like a star without even having to deal with paparazzi. But wait, there's more. They've also got a 75-foot swimming pool. That's longer than some Olympic pools. You could practically train for the Olympics without ever leaving your building. And after your swim, you can relax in one of the building's spa treatment rooms. It's like having your own personal resort, but 96 floors up in the sky. Now you might be wondering, who buys a place like this? Well, it's not just for living. For a lot of these ultra-wealthy folks, it's about investing. They buy these places, maybe stay in them a few times a year, and then sell them for a profit. It's like playing Monopoly, but with real buildings and real millions. 1. Central Park Tower Penthouse, $250 million. Now let's take it up a notch, literally. Imagine a home so high up you can see half of New York State from your living room. This next penthouse isn't just an investment, it's a whole vertical mansion in the sky. And trust me, it's about to make everything else we've talked about look like chump change. We're talking about the Central Park Tower Penthouse, and it's not messing around. This bad boy is priced at a cool $250 million. Yeah, you heard that right. $250 million for a place to hang your hat. But when you see what you get for that kind of cash, you might just start thinking it's a bargain. This penthouse is spread across the top 3 floors of Central Park Tower. It's got 17,545 square feet of living space. That's not a typo. It's actually bigger than some small towns. You could fit a whole neighborhood in there and still have room for a block party. And the views? Forget about it. You can see for 50 miles in every direction. That's like being able to see from New York City to Philadelphia. You're basically living in the clouds, looking down on the rest of the world like some kind of sky god. Now let's talk about the layout. This place has got 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms. That's enough to house a small army. But here's the kicker. It's got 3 kitchens. 3. Most people are happy with 1 good kitchen, but this place gives you 3. It's like they knew you'd get tired of walking all the way across your massive penthouse just to grab a snack. But wait, there's more. This penthouse has its own 433 square foot terrace. Just to put that in perspective, that terrace alone is bigger than most apartments in New York City. You could have a full-on garden party up there and still have room for a yoga class. And if you're thinking, well, that all sounds great, but where am I going to host my fancy parties? Don't worry, they've got you covered. This penthouse has its own ballroom. Yeah, you read that right. A ballroom in your house. It's like living in your own private Versailles, but with better views. The design of this place is next level too. We're talking floor-to-ceiling windows everywhere. You know those movie scenes where someone's standing in a penthouse looking out over the city? That's going to be you, every single day. And the finishes? They didn't skimp on anything. The bathrooms are decked out in white Macorba stone and onyx. It's like peeing in a modern art museum. They've even got custom cabinetry that looks like piano keys, as a nod to the building's history as the Steinway Tower. But here's the thing. This penthouse isn't just about showing off. It's smart too. The layout is designed to maximize natural light so you're never stuck in a dark corner. And with those 3 kitchens, you could have a personal chef on each floor if you wanted. Now you might be thinking, who buys a place like this? Well, it's not just for living. For a lot of these ultra-wealthy folks, it's about investing. They buy these places, maybe stay in them a few times a year and then sell them for a profit. It's like playing Monopoly, but with real buildings and real millions.